Hey YouTube, it's Chris Dyer with the Martial Alchemy channel, and we are on, I have no idea at this point anymore what lesson it is. Mike the camera guy is saying it's video number 6 on the French theory of boxing, and we're covering lessons 20 through 24 today. Let's do it. All right, lesson number 20, how to catch the leg on the inside. We are kind of making an educated guess on inside and outside, what the intention is in the manual. But looking at this lesson and the next lesson, I think it'll make a lot of sense. So we start with our, in a false guard, my left leg forward, so Mike's right leg is forward. I'm kicking off the back leg. So I'm gonna be the attacker in this case. I'm letting Mike do the catch to my kick. He is going to, as I begin doing my kick, he's going to step back with his lead leg, and he is going to the inside of my leg. So he's going to take his arm, dip it down. He's going to come from the inside out like this, doing a bicep curl to catch. Reset. So here I go to do my kick. He catches my leg on the inside, so from his inside catching on the outside like so. Now in this position I'm extremely vulnerable, and it says to punch to the face or chest. From here, at the same time you do that, you're going to let go with this leg as I go kerplunk and fall down and go boom on the floor. So again, we're here, he steps back to give himself some range, I get tied up in Mike's gi top, and we're there, we're here. Caught and go, and we're down. All right. So that is the catch leg on the inside. Now, there is a quick little thing that aside that I want to cover for this. If Mike and I are here, there is a slight disadvantage to doing this technique. It is easier to do. This technique is way easy to do. I have seen huge success ratios with people doing this in sparring and whatnot, catching the leg, falling down on it. Works, 80–90% of the time for most people. Problem is, if he reads this wrong and I do a stuttering kick or a syncopated timing step, so I'm here and I go to do the kick, Mike drops that hand down, it's my opportunity to go high for this motion. So we're here, he does his movement, I pause this, he reads the timing wrong, blast him in the face. So we're here, I time it, pow, right up there into Mike's chin, and he gets whacked. So be mindful of that as you're doing this. So my suggestions, obviously, as you do this technique, this hand would come in front, kind of parry down at the chin, and then as you roll into position, that's when you do that strike. Not do this where you're opening yourself up, but really cover through here. In our style, we have a lot of forms and whatnot. We're in this type of position where this hand is covering exactly that, and then go from there. All right, so that is lesson 20, catching leg on the inside. Lesson number 21, we'll look at the other side and with a really fun technique. So let's take a look at it. Hi, this is Chris Dyer with the Martial Alchemy channel, and if you're enjoying this content, we have some great news. We now have a video for sale. The link is in the description below. It is titled The Old School Boxing Method of Self-Defense, and it's a compilation of our favorite techniques from our popular series, Old School Boxing. A link is in the description below. Now back to the content. Okay, lesson number 21, which is how to catch the leg on the outside. So the opposite of what we had in the last lesson. So in this case, the setup is right leg forward, left leg back. Again, none of this really matters which side is forward. You'd want to train both sides. The manual doesn't specifically say that, but you should train both sides. So we're here. We're on guard. I do the same kick, so I'm presenting my foot to Mike. He's going to do the same idea. He's creating distance, which is going to give him a little bit more time to react. And he's going to catch my foot like a football. In this case, he's coming to the outside. So he's going to open his arm up, wrap around, grab my heel with his right arm, and then it says grab toes with the left. You're just kind of like a football, hold the top of it. So we're here, kick comes in, he catches it and traps it. Now, in this case, Mike got my foot right into his lats. My toes are dangling just past his armpit, so he's got a really solid position. He does say take the chin, make sure you bring it back so I can't try and throw strikes from here. And then at this point, it says to just kind of run the person down, so Mike starts moving in, and I'm quickly moving off camera. So you're dropping the person down. If you do this with the hoist up, obviously they're going to go down. The danger is, and he does say, bring your chin back, because the danger is if I start throwing strikes, both of your hands are committed to doing this. If a person knows how to hop into position, cinch in, you have to worry about that. Good grapplers will know what to do in this case. So we'll go super slow. We're here. We'll boom. He catches it. I start hopping. Mike is already positioning to sweep my foot or to start cranking my leg over. So timing that as I'm hopping to try and get into position. I hop. He cranks. Again, I fall down, go boom. This one is harder to do. If he times this motion wrong, catches this or ranges this wrong, we'll go ahead and switch sides real quick so they see. As this leg is coming in, if he times this wrong and opens his arm up, as people are wont to do, is to really go big to catch this thing. He goes big, wham! I go right up into his floating ribs, turn the foot over into a ball kick, boom! Right into his ribs. He's going to be feeling that for a real long time. Again, if he times this wrong, if I do like a stutter kick, so he goes to open it up, he misses it, he does that scoop, he's now wide open for this type of follow-up strike. So obviously pluses and minuses to all things, be mindful of that. Let's actually demonstrate one more time on this side so they can see exactly. Now I'm forcing Mike to go big after I just gave all the warnings. Go big so they see what's happening. We're here. He catches the foot up, so grabbing up underneath and catching on top. Now Mike can actually go for ankle lock. Go ahead and squeeze it up right there, locking me in position through here. The manual obviously doesn't say that, but it's same position. So if you're going for an ankle lock, hey, no, tap, let go, let go. All right, so I'm obviously locked in there, really bad position. Great technique. Let's look at 22 next. Lesson number 22. Side kick to face or chest. How to do it. All right, so this one is actually a favorite technique of mine, or at least a variant on one of my favorite techniques. So in this position, we're in guard, false guard. I'm going to throw a strike with my lead arm. From this position, we're not committing any weight to it. So I don't want to step in. I don't want to drive my body weight with it. I want no body weight going into the strike. It's simply to draw his attention. It's drawing his attention away from what my foot is doing down here. I normally do this off of my rear arm, so doing off the lead is a little different for me, but the idea is still the same. He's focused on this. He's not focused on this. What just happened? My lead leg steps out. I want my toes faced 45-degree-ish angle away from where my target is. Best available target. So along Mike's sideline. So in this case, I have knee, ribs, and head, depending on where he ends up. So he's looking at this, and this foot happens here. Now notice what my hands did instinctually. I bring my guard to this side. The manual doesn't mention this, but you should do that thing. All right, so we're here, 1, 2, and I'm here, I'm covering. From this position, my back leg is going to bring up as high as possible. And now this is the important bit. I want my knee, when I always tell my students, that knee needs to cross your center line. If it doesn't cross your center line, so what I mean by that, if my leg is here, you're just doing a hip hinge, and this kick's got no power. Really focus on driving your knee all the way across. The training tool that I do for this is keep your guard like this, lower the hand down. That's your target to hit with your knee. So if you're practicing side kicks, tag a crossbody, or do mountain climbers, crossbody touch, mountain climber, crossbody touch. These are all training tools for good side kicks. We're here. 1, 2. Right up in there. So we have to the body. Let's turn sideways so they can see. Yeah, so we're here. Lead, throw. If I put weight on this, now I have to draw my weight back in order to take that step. No weight goes on it. It's just a hand out there and then position this way. Again, hand out there. Mike has to deal with that or he gets punched. He's just slipped back a little bit. That was smart. He moves his head back. He gets his body back. And then I take advantage of the fact that he's distracted by this. Bring my side up. Pow! And I'm going to blast Mike in the ribs from that position. We're here one more time. 1. Foot has moved. I've angled it so that now he's to the side of my body as I move into position. I bring my knee up, cross my body. And then we have some broken ribs. From that position, it says come back to the same guard that you're in. Again, I usually do this off the rear arm. The reason I do it off the rear in my own practice, not in the manual, just want to make that clear, but it's as that hip is rotating, it's kind of sets this one up, projecting this one, taking the weight off of this one so it's easier to move. Again, it's just preference. I like doing the rear hip and then going from that position. Again, it's just a preference thing. All right, let's take a look at number 23 next. We're on lesson 23. We're a little hesitant to do lesson 23. All right, so this one is broken into 4 parts. We're going to start with part 1. We're going to do our best. False guard. I am going to throw the kick. Mike is going to do the technique from the manual. I do a high kick. Mike is going to parry the opponent's high kick. Now, this is why we're hesitant. The manual says one thing. It's not good. It's not a good thing, but it's a thing. In the manual, they do the imagery. They're wearing big gloves. They're wearing boxing gloves. If you're wearing boxing gloves, this thing, this technique, which we'll cover in just a second, will work-ish. It's a terrible idea. It's dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. Mike and I both agree this is dumb. I go to kick. Mike punches my shin. Mike punches my shin and then he kicks my leg. He uses the left leg. This part's great. Kick my standing leg. Cool. Mike punches my shin. We're done with this one. We'll move on to number 2. I don't think this needs any more explanation. You're gonna break your hand, folks. If you do this one, you're gonna break your hand. It's gonna, yeah, I feel it, but that hand is done. Dunzo, done. No more hand, no more boxing. Dumb, it's dumb. And it's what, 3.5, 4 inches a blocking surface. If he times it wrong, if he gets this wrong, yeah, maybe 2 inches. You go, he's going to move this wrong or slip off this, or how can we make this better? Mike, just take your hand, go sideways across this way, then he's going to the calf muscle. It's not going to hurt as much. He's going to send it sideways, and fixed it. Done. Let's move on to the next part. All right, still with 23, we're on option number 2. So same thing. Mike is again punching my shin. We're moving past that. We've moved beyond punching shins. He's going to do an inward block, slipping to the outside with the lead leg. The technique is identical to how the manual describes it, just don't punch the shin. That should be our new quote. Don't punch shin. Deflect, follow up. That's it. So instead of kicking my leg out with an option 1, he's going to deflect the kick and then follow up from there. I like it. Fast, effective, beautiful. I'm still on my foot trying to regain my balance. I'm stepping into it. That's giving power into that strike. Great, great technique. Just don't punch in. Let's take a look at the next option. All right, number 23, part 3. Mike is going to do the exact same position that we were just in, as he's going to parry my leg. After he parries my leg, he's going to step to the outside behind my leg and then punch me in the face. So here, he parries the leg, he moves to the outside, behind my leg, he throws the punch. Now if he times this right before I put my foot down, boom, I'm getting clobbered, I'm hitting the ground. So again, I'll slow my kick down over here, boom, boom, and I'm gonna go lights out down in this position. Fantastic technique. We have a better way of doing this and we might as well cover it. So, don't block. Goes back to one of our first big success videos. Just don't even be there. Don't block it. Mike is just simply going to slip it. Done. Better. We made it better. High five. We did it. Just move. Just move and punch him in the face. That makes it faster. Makes it easier. Let's move on to the next part of this. Okay, 23, part 4. Mike is going to have tall thoughts. He is the taller fighter in this case. So this is for the advantage of the tall fighter. The exact same setup. I throw the kick to Mike. He doesn't move at all. He just blocks with his lead arm. Boom, boom. Follow up right from there. So it's block and then cross. Easy. We got one more lesson in this video, and all right, part 24. We have notes on high kicks and low kicks in the true guard. So we've been covering the lessons today have been from a false guard. Now we're going to cover true guard. So he's got left foot forward. I got left foot forward. We're in true guard. First point or note on this is that low kicks from my rear to the outside, to the calf, to the thigh, are never going to be very, very strong in this position. This is an interesting note. So I'm here, I do a kick this direction, or I do a kick this direction. The manual says that these aren't very good. I would disagree with that. I think that we see this all the time in modern combatives, sport fighting and whatnot, that roundhouse kick to the collapsing the thigh down is extremely devastating. But you obviously have to train it. I've seen lots of people eat those kicks, roll with it, eat it, and keep going, right? So is it going to stop a person in a single blow? No, probably not. Is it not effective? No, I don't think that that's also true. But they do make a valid argument that there are other things that work better, which I do agree with. If I want to eat this person's leg up, I'm going to have to keep blasting it, blasting it, blasting it. If we're doing sport art or something like that and I'm trying to wear them down and we know that we're in this for long combatives, like a long amount of time, long rounds, that's one thing. If it's a self-defense thing and I'm just trying to eat this thigh and he just keeps going, I should stop doing that thing. It didn't work and we only have a split second to defend ourselves. So there's an argument that could be made that that's probably not your best bet. The next one is at rib height, an opponent can easily catch my leg, but the strikes that are at rib height are going to be more powerful and more devastating. So if I can get him in the ribs, so this part 2 is if I can not do the low kick here, but kick up to his midsection, that's a better option for me, with the alternative of it's easier for him to catch this. So just like everything, there's pluses and minuses. If I can, he's got this high guard or whatever, I do this roundhouse kick, I blast him in the ribs, that's awesome for me. It's going to have tons of power. It's going to be way more effective than chopping at that thigh, but he can catch it. Like that's the trade-off there because it has more distance to travel. He can spot it. He can read the time it better, and it's going to be easier for him to catch. So pluses and minuses and all things. The next one is the best kicks are off the lead leg to the groin, stomach, or face. Yeah, I agree with this 100%. I actually tend to be more back-weighted in my stances just through training and whatnot. This is how I prefer standing. I'm not so much lead leg, but here, and absolutely. The nice thing about this is because it doesn't take as much commitment to weight, that I can do this strike and still maintain this posture. It takes a lot of training. It's one of the things that we focus on a lot in our studio is this idea that I can be independent from what the lower half and the upper half are doing, that while one thing is doing something up top, I can also be doing something entirely different below. Again, it takes a lot of skill development, a lot of core stability. I can't, be the type of person that throws a kick like this where I'm dropping my hands down. I have to be able to, throw strikes and whatnot while maintaining that upright posture, sitting into this back leg, maintaining my rooted position. It takes a lot, but 100% that teep off the, kick him in the face off that lead leg is really, really important skill. And then finally, for distance, in true guard, a left guard is better than a right guard because most people are right-sided dominant. So if we're here, my power comes from the right is the best. Lefties, obviously it's a reversal, and if you haven't ever sparred lefties, you should go spar lefties because it really messes up your game, and you should practice that. I like to always tell people, practice everything in both sides. You want to be able to switch between the two, and I realize that is a lot of time commitment, and take your training and then double it. But you should be doing that anyway. You should be just training twice as much anyway, right? A lot of people don't have time to do it. That's why they focus on one side, get good at one side, and you're good. If you're really committed to martial arts and you want to be really superior, good in all things, you don't know if a person is going to, attack you from the left or right. You want to be able to defend yourself equally on all sides. If you want to be complete, well-rounded, practice both sides. It is more of a time commitment, but hey, what else are you going to do, right? All right, thanks for watching this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. This set of videos that we've been doing on the theory of French boxing has been really, really, it's a lot of legwork. It's a lot of behind the scenes trying to figure this one out, but the techniques are actually really cool. I really enjoy this one. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you use these techniques in your training or if you see something that might work better, please comment it. We would love to see it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time, guys.